One of our favorite things to do, other than trying new donut spots, is finding cool new hikes to go on and places to explore. Usually, while we're in Costa Rica, we're exploring hidden beaches and climbing our favorite waterfalls. However, while searching terrain on the GPS one year for something different to do, we came across a dot labeled Chapel in the Clouds. While we won't get into it too much, as this special and totally wild place deserves a video of its own, we went there and became friends with John, the man who built and lives in this stunningly unique lost world high atop the mountains in the middle of the Costa Rican jungle. Olger, a local guide and friend of John's, knows our passion for adventure and wanted to take us on an overnight hike that he really likes. Since he said it was the perfect time of year to do it, we decided to take him up on the offer and do it together. Follow along with us as we rescue a dog, visit John, and get burnt to a crisp on what turned out to be another epic adventure.
So we're in the southern Pacific, Costa Rica, our second home. We're up in the mountains above a town called Buenos Aires. We're headed way back up there somewhere, over those mountain tops to visit John at Chapel in the Clouds, and then do a hike with our good friend Olger. Where are we hiking again?
We're hiking in an area, it translates to Oka sheets. It's Oka Sabanas. Olger's been telling us about this hike for the last couple of years, and we haven't done it yet, so we decided this would be the time to do it.
Yeah, it's an overnight hike. Just a one-nighter, but we're going to start at about 500 meters, you said, and we'll get up to 1,800, 1,700, somewhere around there.
Yeah, there's a lake up there. I don't know if we can swim, but that would be nice if we could.
Oh, yeah. I didn't bring my bathing suit, so
I brought one for you.
Oh, jeez. I was hoping it was San's bathing suit.
It'll be San's bathing suit.
It takes about 2 hours to get from our house just south of Uvita to the town of Buenos Aires, the last stop before getting on the dirt road that takes us to Olger and further on to John's. In Buenos Aires, we stopped for some gas and a quick snack before hitting the dirt road for another 2 hours. The drive through the mountains to John's is always a beautiful one, full of gorgeous views, local animals, and usually a mishap. Luckily, this time, the only mishap wasn't ours, and was just a runaway goat that had escaped from his home. We got into Olger and continued down the even bumpier road to John's, stopping at a roadside waterfall for a little break. After parking at the gates to Chapel in the Clouds, we quickly got adopted by our new hiking companion, a lonesome dog who we named Olger after the town located closest to John's. We spent the afternoon with John at his property, exploring the jungle and catching up with our friend. John has been living on this property for over 15 years and hasn't left the property even to go into town for groceries in over 5 years.
Morning for a hike.
Good morning of our hike?
It's the good morning of our hike.
It is a good morning of our hike.
Sun just came up over the mountains here. It's always really beautiful in the morning. It's actually always really beautiful all the time. Let's go get some breakfast and get the day started. We're going to make some cheese today too, I think. So we're headed to make
queso.
Some cheese.
The morning of our hike, Olger took us to his family's home located in the valley below John's place. Olger was even waiting for us when we arrived. Olger introduced us to his dad and to the cow we were going to attempt to milk. His father and one of the calves helped set the stage for our introductory lesson in cow milking.
¿Cuánto años or cuánto?
4 meses.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, wow.
So 4.
4 months?
4 months,
Yeah.
see.
I was first up to bat and quickly realized it was more difficult than you'd think.
Okay.
Sí. Okay.
Nice. You're good at that.
Oh, a lot maybe.
Nice work. I was up to bat next. My technique wasn't much better.
Fast.
No, you don't do that.
No, what do you do?
It's like you gotta kind of grab it from the top and...
Here?
Oh!
Huh? Hey.
You like use your fingers like this, maybe. Ah, okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh, so it's
Olger and his dad stepped up to finish the job.
Okay.
so much better.
We even got to sample the fruits of our
We're
labor.
gonna risk it and try a little bit of the milk. Why not? When in Rome.
See? Yeah, gracias.
When in Rome.
Leche pura.
Leche pura.
Yeah. See, gracias.
Okay.
Okay.
Tastes like raw,
Yeah.
homogenized milk. It's a little warm, but it tastes almost like
Tastes
had
like
it.
warm milk.
Yeah, it tastes kind of like you had it in your morning or tea or something. You just need a little tea bag in there and it'd be delicious.
Yeah. Interesting. I thought it would be sweet like human's milk. But it's not.
It's cow's milk. We've had cow's milk before, but
Tastes like cow's milk.
tastes like cow's milk. No surprise.
We also got to sample some unique fruits Olger and his family grow on their property.
And what is?
En español es tomate de palo.
Tomate de palo. So a type of tomato.
Yeah. Very sweet.
Very good.
Okay.
Es rico. Muy rico.
Yeah. Muy bien.
Next, we headed inside Olger's family home to learn how simple it is to make your own fresh cheese.
Este es para, okay, agua.
Yeah.
Oh,
Agua.
separate.
Agua y es sólido. Okay,
Ah, okay.
agua,
Yeah.
sólido.
Okay.
Con este. 15 minutos.
Okay.
Okay.
15 minutos para después es agua.
Yeah. Ah. Okay.
While we waited about 15 minutes for the curd to form and separate, Olger gave us a quick history lesson on his family. His family was the first to settle in this area, and it was actually one of his family members that sold John the property that he started building on many years ago.
Agua.
Queso.
Queso.
Once the cheese is settled, a little salt is added before it's strained through the final cheesecloth and put in a press overnight to remove the moisture. After that, it's left to dry in the sun for another few days, and then it's ready to eat.
We'll just let it sit.
This cheese can last without refrigeration for up to a month. Luckily, they had some already ready for us from the other day that we got to eat.
How is it? Delicious.
After our immersive farm experience, we headed off to Ujarrás to start our hike in the mountains. We didn't expect Olger to follow us like he did, especially in the heat. It left us with no choice but to throw him in the back of the truck, and left him with no choice but to join our adventure.
Our buddy out the back, we named him Olger.
Yeah.
He's coming with us somewhere. We're not sure where yet, but we couldn't leave him. He was looking pretty thin
And wouldn't stop chasing the car.
yeah, wouldn't stop chasing the car. So, Olger, aquí avec us. Little français, little español.
We arrived in Ujarrás by mid-afternoon, stopping at the first little store in town to get some dog food. Once Olger had his fill, we had a quick lunch ourselves.
We're off. Here we go. See what happens. It's hot,
Yeah.
but we're gonna have some
Olger
fun.
with us.
We have Olger with us. Come on, Olger. Allons-y.
Aquí.
Listo!
Olger's wife, Gretel, joined us on the hike as we took our last group photo before heading off. It appears Olger's fear of suspension bridges is as real as Danielle's.
Come on. Come on.
I'm scared too. Come on.
And there's our para buddy back there.
He's scared of the bridge. You're a little scaredy cat.
So we're just starting our
Trail?
trail up in Juarez.
Yeah, we're going to Oka Sabanas, a little lake up top.
10 kilometers up.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's a little hot, but we got our trusty hats from John.
Olger is such a great tour guide. He's always stopping us to point out different plants and fruits or explain the history of things.
Getting steep and hot. If we didn't have the hats from John, would have been no bueno.
Hot.
You're a little hot? I'm a little hot too. Thank goodness for the wind.
Yeah.
But we've climbed up. It's the valley floor way down. Check in and see where we're at in terms of elevation. About 1,100 meters. We started around 500 meters, I think, and we're at about an hour and 20 minutes, 3.5 kilometers in about.
We continued up the mountain as the day wore on, with Olger and his wife Gretel leading the way. The heat persisted, but the views were amazing. As luck would have it, we even caught a glimpse of a rainbow over the mountains.
Windy though.
Even despite the heat, Olan would constantly be running back and forth, checking on each of us, and even spent some time playing with a horse.
We're about 6 kilometers in. We climbed up to about 1,500 meters now.
2 hours?
Just over 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, then we'll make it in a good time. Since usually this takes 4 hours.
Yeah, about 3 for us.
Yeah.
But it's not been easy.
Part of this hike crosses through private property, so you have to make sure you have permits arranged to pass through.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Con mucho gusto.
As the sun was setting fast, we navigated a barbed wire fence to reach the peak of our hike and the best views of the setting sun.
Good job, team.
The last few kilometers of our hike dropped in elevation, and Olger stopped to try some local fruit, some very sour oranges.
I like sour. It's good. That's sour.
Just as the sun was disappearing behind the mountains, we reached our final destination for the night.
We made it. 10 kilometers, almost 4 hours, yeah. So that was very beautiful.
We settled in for the night, boiling water for hot chocolate and eating a delicious meal made by Olger and Gretel.
Ensalada,
Huevo.
tuna.
The night was beautiful and full of stars, but also crazy winds that left us struggling to sleep inside the cabin versus the tent we brought. However, the morning brought us blue skies and sunshine, as though the windstorm hadn't happened at all.
I woke up with
Olan, Danielle, and morning cows.
We have never seen such curious cows. They wouldn't stop sniffing Olan and following him around. We weren't sure Olan knew what to think of it either. Before starting our hike back, the keeper of the cabin took us to a secret waterfall he had found and wanted to show us. It was a super steep hike down, and we wished we'd had rubber boots, but it was totally worth it.
Zapatos no bueno, ankles no bueno. And my shoes, every time I even put them down, just slide.
We said goodbye to our host and headed back down the mountain. Big thanks to Olger and Gretel for being such wonderful guides and sharing this beautiful place with us. We can't wait for our next adventure with them. Oh, and we forgot to mention, Olan even overcame his fear of suspension bridges by the end of it.